So this video is going to be about the eyes of Horus, what they represent, and how to attain the powers that come from them. So the eyes of Horus, right, can also be called the eyes of Ra. But here's how you really do this shit. So the left eye, right, is associated more with Horus, Thoth, and Nekhebit. And Nekhebit is one of the serpent powers, specifically the cooling one. You feel me? So this would be like yin. If you had yin and yang, this would be yin. You feel me? So this power, right, is the intuitional knowing of oneself. You feel me? You know yourself at the level of intuition. You feel me? And then the right eye, right, is associated more with Ra, Hathor, and Udachit, you feel me, which is the fiery serpent or the yang energy, you feel me? And then this power is a divine feeling and willpower that comes from knowing oneself. So therefore, the two spiritual powers, right, are the intuitional knowing of oneself and a divine feeling and will that comes from knowing oneself, you feel me? Which means that both powers are based upon knowing yourself. Now, how do you actually obtain those powers, you feel me? In order to obtain the powers of the eyes of Horus, you need to know yourself, right? But with the intuitional knowing of oneself, the left eye of Horus, you need to know yourself through wisdom teachings. So yoga of wisdom, you pretty much harness the intellect and turn it into intuition by intellectually learning about yourself through books, videos, or whatever the fuck. You pretty much just get teachings that tell you you are the source, and then you intellectually understand that shit, and then it builds into intuition. And that's how you get the intuitional knowing of oneself, the more wisdom aspect of you just knowing yourself. And to get the divine feeling that comes from knowing yourself, you must know yourself and then devote yourself to the source. You feel me? So pretty much, right, you could either do prayers, chants, ritual offerings, or simply just take time out of your day multiple times every single day to focus on the source inside yourself. When you place your awareness constantly just on the source inside yourself, you devote yourself to being that part of yourself. You can actually feel that part of yourself more. Then you will have the divine feeling and will that comes from knowing yourself. And that's how you get the two powers of the eyes of Horus. And I actually showed these two powers, more or less the first one, in my video about dealing with negative astral beings, because inside that video, right, at first I was scared, but then I finally ended up knowing myself, you feel me? And I had the intuitional understanding that nigga, like, I am the source, right? And then from there, you feel me, I started to get a little bit mad, which is a little bit of a divine feeling, but not really. It's like pretty much like I was getting close to the divine flame, but I didn't really hit that shit yet, right? But then I was like, hold the fuck up. I'm not mad because you're the source also. And like, you're just a weak ass bitch. So I kind of started to feel like a bit more confident, and like, it was kind of just like funny to me and shit like that. So it was more of the intuitional aspect that I used and stuff like that, because the more divine feeling and fiery aspect and divine will aspect would be like, you feel me, shining your light on that pussy. Because since you know that you're the source and you feel powerful, you could just shine your light on that bitch, you feel me? But with me, I was like, I'm the source. I could easily just dip and go anywhere. I'm just gonna dip on this nigga, you feel me? But either or works. You can either just dip on that nigga or shine your light on that bitch, you feel me? And if you have the powers of the eyes of Horus, it should work. If you know yourself at the level of intuition, you could pretty much just disappear and go anywhere because you are the source. The source could literally go anywhere, you feel me? Or because you know yourself and you could feel that, so you could simply just shine your light and be like, nigga, I'm the source, I am that, feel my light. You feel me? And yeah, those is the two powers of the eyes of Horus and shit like that. Those is the two spiritual powers and the two spiritual touches and shit like that. And that's it for this video. Peace.